I know,
Yeah.
I know. But one of the key things that many people are, expecting from you has to do, for example, what you said after the swearing in. And you give a definite date as to when you're going to kickstart it. You mentioned that starting 16th of this month, that's this Wednesday, you are reading the CBD of,
Filth.
not just filth.
Yeah.
You're talking about the traders and hawkers who have mounted or taken over the pavements and the streets,
Especially
and then the filth.
those in the middle of dual carriages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us more. How are you going to do this?
Okay. So, if you were to go to Edom, you'd realize that as government, we are not being fair to those people who take shops and pay business operating permits to the KMA and pay taxes, because we have allowed for hawkers to overcrowd their businesses. Now, currently, it is not attractive for anybody to pick up his or her car and drive to Edom to want to go and get something. Because to get to Edom, one, where you're going to park, it's a difficulty. And then, beyond parking, how you're going to move, navigate your way around Edom to is one hell of an exercise. So, in effect, businesses within the central business district tend to suffer. Fortunately or fortunately for me, I have a business there.
Okay.
So
you might share what business is that?
Oh, I sell bed sheets and comforters and box sets and things.
Okay. I never knew you had this business going. I never knew you to be a businessman. I've known you as a politician.
I have business. I have one shop around the Santasi taxi station area, and then one on the road close to the Rio police station. And two in Kejetia.
I see.
So that's why I sell my bed sheets and comforters.
So let's be specific here. How do you intend to rid the streets, the dual carriages of these hawkers? Because mind you, in as much as the shop owners pay their taxes, some of these small traders also pay some kind of tolls and levies, to the assembly as well. So how do you intend to get them off, knowing and having at the back of your mind that in years past, this has been tried before unsuccessfully?
Yeah. So we are trying to learn from the previous experiences. And currently, I have seen that there's some demolition work that has been done at Abinchi. So to say you're moving them to Abinchi for now is a non-starter. And then Racecourse has its own challenges. Bantima is choked. So it means that taking them to any other satellite market for now, it's not going to work. They won't go. So when I was going around engaging the assemblymen in the lead up to my confirmation, I shared some few thoughts with them that I believe that ultimately Edom should become a one-way route. The whole of Edom should become a one-way route, where one lane is for in, one is for out.
Exit.
Okay. So one will have one way for entry and one for exit. What it means is that the road space itself becomes big. Then we have a lot of spaces on the shoulders. Would sit down with the urban roads, and then when we get those spaces, there are some would allow those who are doing paid parking to take. There are some who leave for people who will come to do shopping in Edom, because what is happening in Edom is that, and this one I'm going to work on it. Go Street, which is in charge of the paid on-street parking thing. Sometimes they still sell some of the spaces to vehicles and they stay there stationary. I know one particular car at Prudential Bank, it doesn't go home. When you're driving there at night, you see that car. In the morning, you see that car. By next week, that car should move.
Why next week? Why not now?
No, you see, you have to engage. Me, in my dealings, I engage. When after engagement we apply force, everybody will understand that the guy engaged.
So next week, when next week?
You see, we're going to expect people to voluntarily align with these visions that I'm sharing beginning Wednesday. Now, beginning Wednesday, we're going to start sweeping the whole of Kumasi.
Start doing sweeping?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
We'll start from the liver. If you are driving from here to Edom, and from the liver, you see a lot of sand, a lot of filth by the ends of the roads. So what we're going to do is that if somebody's coming from Accra into our city and the person is sitting on the bus, that's the first thing the person encounters, and it's not a good sight.
All right, so indulge me, forgive me. Before we talk about the cleaning or the sweeping of the roads, let's end first of all with the traders. The traders
I'm getting there.
Because if you talk about sweeping,
I'm getting
or you tie it into it.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So Wednesday, we are doing the cars to Wayek area, and then we are doing the Asafo labor runabout to the old UTC area close to the Dufi Towers.
Yeah.
So, but Wednesday we do those. If you drive towards the Wayek area from Anglican, Charlie, the sides, the two sides, the KTR side and the car side, it does not befit Kumasi. And if anybody is going to come from the Golden Tulip towards Mesha, that is where they pass. And that is where our kin is. So where we pass to get to where our palaces must be kept tidy. So Wednesday, we are doing that.
Okay.
Then on Thursday, we'll start from Kofonoche roundabout. Clear that portion up onto Mbom area. There's a lot of filth there. The zoo layer to there. There's a lot of filth there. Now you are selling in the middle of the road and I'm sweeping the place. You don't expect me to sweep you. You understand? So by the time I get there, you shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I've heard you. So what if you're done with the sweeping and then they return to the place?
You won't. I don't intend to let it be a widespread congestion because we will fail. If you decide to attack everybody, we will fail. So for now, those in the middle of the dual carriage, that is a no-no.
Okay.
So clear.
So specific areas. Give me some specific areas. The dual areas you're talking about. Specific areas.
From Konfonachi roundabout to the zoo roundabout to Mbom. Those areas in the middle, you can't be there.
What about the Dr. Mensah area?
You can't be in Dr. Mensah area.
Because I tried driving there sometime.
The Dr. Mensah area is going to take some time. David, if you don't take it one at a time, you fail.
Okay.
So you do it bit by bit.
Okay.
And then when people begin to realize that people themselves are adjusting, then when you get to the next step, everybody will go along with you.
Where are they supposed to relocate to? They need to, earn a living. And you have rightly mentioned earlier.
I'm robbers rob to earn a living.
So where are they supposed to relocate to? I understand.
I'm robbers.
So I've heard that bit, which of course is wrong.
I'm robbers rob to earn a living.
I understand.
So when we ask them to stop robbing, what are they supposed to do?
So where do you intend to move these people to? Where should they go
and I'm
to?
saying that where do we take armed robbers who want to stop from robbing to? The fact that you're doing something wrong, and I want to correct it, does not mean that necessarily I should provide a place for you because you're doing wrong.
Okay, I get it.
You understand?
I get you. So which means that
otherwise we'll be encouraging people to be lawless, thinking that when I get lawless, they'll be compelled to look for a place for me. I
asked that question because you rightly made mention of the fact that the market, here, Abinchi, has been demolished. It's not functioning anymore. So I was then thinking that, well, if those markets are not available for them as alternatives, then I was thinking that you would have made alternatives for them. But what you're saying is this. What they're doing, where they're applying the trade, is an illegal thing. And so therefore, you're not going to condone it. It is not your responsibility to get them a new place to go trade. They should just move from their place. As to what happens to them, that one, now your back case.
That is why I'm saying that those in the middle of the dual carriages those I'm attacking first.
What about those on the shoulders? Those on the pavements? When will you tackle their issue?
Those on the pavements. What we're going to do is that within this week, I will engage whoever is responsible for Abinchi, and we see how best we can work within feasible timelines to fix the place. And if the person who touched it hasn't got the capacity to fix it in an appreciable time space, then it means that we'd have to look for a different person and hand it over to.
That's a different contractor?
Yeah, different contractor.
Okay.
And over to. For me, capacity is very, very important.
Okay.
It's very, very important. If we give you a task and you can't perform it, and supervise your inefficiency and live with your inefficiency, then it means me myself I'm inefficient.
Okay.
So if I want to prove that I'm effective and efficient, if I give you a task and I expect you to perform that task within a particular time frame, then I would have to look for an alternative.
Let's talk about the cleaning exercise that you mentioned.